Alright, time to install a package of bees. Just got these today. Just got them home. Did not order these, but this was some of their supply shipment today that was left over. First thing you want to do, take a bottle of water here, squirt bottle, nothing but water. Spread them down a little bit. Don't drench them, just get them a little bit wet. Bees don't like to fly when wet, so I don't use my smoker and scare them off. This way they're going to drop into the box. So, next we got to get this top cover off, which I've obviously gotten better at the more times I've done this. There's a little worker bee right there. Get her to go somewhere else while I do my work. Keep this top lid around. You're going to need that to cover things up. Now here comes the hardest part, which is trying to get the canister of sugar syrup out. So this might actually take me a few minutes, unless I get lucky. I might have just gotten lucky, boys and girls. Yep. Alright. Take this out. Cover it back up so all my bees don't come pouring out. Sugar syrup will pin holes down there. Hopefully you can see that. If you can't, oh well. Bees on it. Set that aside. Out of the way, so I don't have to fool with that. Next I gotta get the queen out in her Benton cage. I've seen this to be a bit problematic at times. I've had some trouble with this in the past. A lot of times they come with a metal strip. This is some kind of nylon or something, which is harder to deal with. Just trying to loosen that, but it won't come up. It'll start to come up. There we go. Alright. That tool goes away. I'm going to lift out the Benton cage, which you're obviously going to see. It's going to be covered in bees. So that's the Benton cage. Queen's in there. We'll brush everybody off. Really, mostly everybody off. So, obviously, they didn't like that one bit. Hopefully, I can get that in the camera. You can see the queen crawling around in there. Not sure if you can or not, but she's got the little green dot on her. She's the bigger one in there. So hopefully, you can see that. Now, get the cage out of the way. Box, rather. Don't need that right now. Now, you want to spin her in the middle after you take this little plug out. Got a candy plug in there beyond this cork plug that I'm getting out. That once the bees get acclimated to her and know she's the new boss, they're going to eat through that candy plug, make a tunnel, and get her out of there. Just like you want her to. You want them to, rather. You can use thumbtacks, you can use a nail, something like that. It's got a nice green dot on her. Green's the color this year. They change them every 5 years, they rotate. Instead of tacking things in, what works just fine for me is ye old duct tape. It's quicker, it's easier. Doesn't plug any holes in my gear. She'll suspend in there. The rest of the frames around her. And in a little bit. Of course, it doesn't want to cooperate. Alright, now comes the fun part, dumping the bees. Looks a little unnerving at first, but what you got to do is you got to shake all these bees down, get them loose. They're all attached together. If you can see them wobbling around in there, it's a big old wall wave of bees. So basically what you do, you knock them down, not all of them, but most of them, and then you pick them up and you dump about half of them over the queen and the rest down into the box, the hive body. Hopefully that's coming out on camera fairly well. There's no way you're going to get them all out, but that's not the point. Set the box down. The rest will eventually crawl out and get in the hive. I'm going to come back in about 3 days to see if they've released the queen. I'm going to put my frames back in here, my hive top feeder on with some sugar syrup, and that's that.